Brackets is one of the most important areas in all of Inferno. Controlling it will allow you to secure apartments, and pushing the cities back will allow you to either wrap A or even wrap B. Hi, I'm Mahi, I'm a Faceit level 10 coach, and in this video I'm gonna show how you can take control of brackets, and more importantly, how to do it alone. But before I show you how, I wanna show a real example from 3D Max versus FaZe Pro game, where 3D Max has used just a little bit of utility to push FaZe back. And what this ends up doing is, even though 3D Max all decide to go B through Banana, so they are not utilizing any of these alternative routes, it still gives them a huge advantage to first push the cities back, as the rotates will be slower. And as you can see, Rain is just now starting to rotate, and Carrigan is moving very carefully and slowly because there could be somebody lurking. Whereas on the second round here, they don't take brackets control properly, they only fake it with one smoke grenade, and this causes Carrigan to get curious and start pushing for information, and now he gets this super fast flank and FaZe end up winning the round. Now the first thing I see people doing wrong is they smoke close to themselves majority of the time, when this should be more of a last resort or a mix-up in your playstyle. And the issue with smoking close is that once you start clearing short here, the CT could be pushing through the smoke, and he has a real easy time just pushing on the back wall here. He only has to look into one direction and he can kill you and your teammates. And even if the CT is played passive, they still have this one long line to hold, they can spam the smoke easily, and if they ever get afraid of your flashbangs, they can just back off to the next corner and still maintain control of this crucial area. Whereas if you were to smoke deeper like this and now the CT wanted to push through, it's very uncomfortable, as they will have to be afraid of a much wider area. There could be somebody basically behind them as they come through the smoke, and they don't get this nice line of sight into your entire team. And it's precisely this kind of deep smokes that will make the CTs uncomfortable, having to worry about two different angles and flashbangs. They would rather just back off. They back off into arch typically, or maybe on the long corner, and this is what we wanted. We wanted this space here. Now we can start thinking of wrapping through CT or attacking A from multiple angles, but that's another topic for another video. Subscribe. And the way I like to smoke deep is find the left side of this window and then find this little bit of an whatever this rim here is, and then go up one brick and aim to the left of the brick here. You can find your own lineup. This is the way I like to do it. It's pretty fast. Now the obvious downside with this long smoke is that it doesn't clear the immediate left side. So you need to molly it off, otherwise you are still running into a crossfire and somebody could be hiding all the way back here. But mollying it off is not as simple as bouncing a molly off the wall, and this is why you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I'm going to show you how to molly it off like a high Faceit level 10 player so that you don't get killed like this. Well, that was obvious, but how about this? So the first thing you want to do after throwing the smoke grenade is to peek this properly. Something I like to do here is to always vision an AVP holding you. That's how you know you're not peeking it lazily. Once this angle is clear, make sure to clear this angle properly. The reason is that often CTs, when they see your smoke grenade flying, that's when they try to go for these fights. So you really want to clear this angle as well. And once you've cleared both of these, if you still don't see anybody, now you can take your molly out. And now the same thing repeats. Again, the CTs like to peek out when you molly. So something you could do is first molly it off and hide, and now peek again. But this isn't ideal. You lose all the information, you have to clear it again. So what a great carry player would rather do is they would rather kill the CT who's going to peek them. So what you want to do instead, you want to take advice from my how to properly hold angles video, and as you throw the molly, you position to the left and crouch. Now if the CT peeks at you, you get a better angle, a wider angle at him, and he has to flick. He's expecting you on the left and he has to flick right and down. Now at this point in the video I went a little too deep on how to handle two players peeking you at the same time, but I decided to move that to the membership page for those of you who want to support the channel. Okay, so now we have eliminated this deep angle here, we have eliminated this close angle here, we have made sure we didn't get killed. Now we can start working, but we still have issues here. Short area isn't that easy to clear. There could be an AVP, there could be somebody underneath, there could be somebody up here. We really need a flashbang. Now, if you've seen my video on how to use utility around yourself, you already know we should be using an obvious flashbang. There is no perfect pop flash here to be used by yourself. We can either choose to blind the AVP off completely, so we just bounce a flash off this wall, it'll push the AVP back. So when the AVP is standing here, they will see the flashbang and they will have to lose the angle completely. Now when they come back, you've already crossed to the other side. And the way you do this is just bounce a flash off this wall and swing with the flashbang and only focus on the rifle on the right side while you move to the left away from the AVP. Now the second option, if you are not worried of the AVP, maybe you know they don't have an AVP or he's just a bad player, then you would rather blind anybody down here. And the way you do that is with an obvious flashbang behind yourself so that you can peek as the flash pops. So just bounce it off of this wall here and swing with the flashbang and you will get to fight the enemies as a flashbang pops behind you. So from the opponent's point of view, they just have to turn around and yeah, you get the easy kills again. At this point, it's worth mentioning that some of these utilities can be skipped. So if you have a great feeling, maybe you already mollied and smoked off the left side, you don't always need the flashbang. You can just swing if you have a gut feeling that the opponent won't be ready for you and if you're feeling great about your own aim. And occasionally, once a game, you can do something like just rush middle and only use one flashbang and swing with the flashbang and just kill everybody. You know, you don't always need to do everything by the book, but it's good to know all the options so that you can choose which ones to utilize when. Now finally we have the option of smoking short side instead, and once again I don't like smoking close. It gives the opponents the exact same counterplay of pushing through or spamming the smoke, and even if you try to walk up here somebody could see you from the roof. So this is mostly useful on like eco rounds if you want to do like a fast tech rush or whatever, but on a serious gun round that you're trying to carry alone, I would much rather smoke much deeper all the way back here, for example. Now we run into the same issue of having to molly this right side because it's still quite a crossfire. There could be somebody in boiler and there could be somebody on the roof even, so you still have to worry about two different angles. And mollying this off isn't as easy. The molly doesn't always spread, sometimes it hits the smoke and it never spreads to the roof. So what you need to do is only use this when you have a teammate with you in boiler already. So you need to have apartments control. That's when you can smoke this off. And now with your teammate holding this area, you have two options. You can either molly off the roof completely if you are playing in high elo or you have heard somebody running up there, then this is a good idea. But now with the right side taken care of, you are most worried of an AVP far back. So once again, use an obvious flashbang, just bounce it off of the wall like this. This will force the AVP, he's holding the angle, he has no option but to turn away. And this buys you enough time to swing and kill anybody on the left side. So you're worried about the rifles once again, use the flashbang to get rid of the AVP. Now option number two, if you don't molly off the roof, you think there's nobody there, then you can first of all come with your weapon out, clear, make sure nobody's close, and then you can molly this corner off back here. Alright? Now sometimes the molotov can leave this little bit of a gap where the AVP can stand to hold you. You can either learn some actual proper lineup if you're super careful about this angle for some reason, or what I like to do is you can just risk it and swing fast enough so the AVP won't hit you. Now additionally we want to combine a flashbang, and once again we don't want to throw it where the enemy is standing at, instead we throw it behind ourselves and swing with the flashbang. And we basically only have to worry about somebody up close because further back is mollied off, and then we need to turn around and be afraid of somebody on the rooftop here. So how this might look like in full is you just push up from the get-go, and the reason is you have somebody already in boiler. You are not too worried about anybody peeking you from short or anything, so you can just push up like this, and then you take your smoke out and just throw it deep off of this wall. Alright, now make sure nobody peeks you, hold it, okay, nothing happened, and now you can bounce off the molly, hold it, make sure nobody peeks you, and now use the flashbang and clear close, nobody, peek up, nobody. You get brackets control. Thanks for watching, subscribe.